trouble I've seen. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Oh, hallelujah. The song is called Miss Emily. Miss Emily goes down to the river next to me. All the way she's talking to say. When she gets there, she just keeps on talking. The person with the groceries on the shelf. The white folks, they pretend that they don't see her. The colored shake their heads and they both smile. But Miss Emily don't care what folks think about her, no. She just pushes her empty basket down the aisle. 'Cause Miss Emily lives in a land uncharted. She has slipped into a room that has no door. To a land where none can follow. To a place where they can go. Suddenly you see she don't remember. Suddenly sits by that big bay window. A cotton rag held loosely to her lips. Watching as the world goes by without her. Like a landlocked sailor watches ships. She don't know me and she'll never know my children. I wonder if she knows that Dad is dead. Wonder if our heart still holds those dear sweet memories of the life of love and laughter she once had. 'Cause Miss Emily lives in a land uncharted. She has slipped into a room that had no door. To a land where none can follow, to a place where none can go. Emily, see, she don't remember anymore. Somebody came down the stairs one morning. Thought I saw a light shine in her eye. Then the light had faded, Lord, and the tears began to fall. Like the cold dog weeping at his eyes. Somebody, well, she passed away one evening. And now she's with the Lord that she adored. We don't know for certain, but I sure do believe that all our memories have been restored. 'Cause Miss Emily lives lived in the land uncharted. She had slipped into a room that had no door, to a land where none could follow, to a place where none could go. Suddenly she did not remember anymore. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. So we have, if you all see on your table, we have these beautiful programs that your Color Connection prepared for us. So we want to thank Rodney for his song. Thank you, Rodney. And then we prepared a couple different pieces for you. But first I want to call Kori Alston up. He's going to speak for a couple minutes, and then we're going to hear from Muhammad. So if you guys all, I know everybody's excited and speaking, but if you could all give your attention to the people up on the floor, they've spent some time preparing this for you. Thank you.
All right, my name is Kori Alston. I've done a good deal of work with Bridge, and so I decided I'd share a little speech. And after that, I'm going to perform a piece. 2.5 years ago, my mother asked me if I would do childcare for some kids while their mothers met in an organization down the street. I had no idea that this relationship would be one of the most important and influential relationships of my life thus far. I began watching those kids every Tuesday night. Now, these were amazing kids. I began to fall in love with these little kids. They taught me so much, so I continued to do it. Now, during this time, I was pursuing my own personal endeavors, one of them being poetry. Somehow, Gwendolyn caught wind that I did this little poetry thing, so she asked me if I would maybe perform at one of her events. I figured, why not? I performed, people liked it, so she asked me to do it again. Again, I figured, why not? So I did it again. Eventually, I started getting kind of good. Now, after that, I had been accepted to a performing arts school out near Boston, and so I decided to attend. But before leaving, I did the Bridge Youth Corps leadership training, which taught me so very much, that I actually have used those lessons out at school. Now, I am out at school most of the year, but whenever I come back, I try to be involved with Bridge somehow. This turned out to lead me into last summer helping some little kids at their camp learn to express themselves with words. It made me start to think. So this past November when I came back for my Thanksgiving break, I came to Gwendolyn with a little idea, the Voice Identity Project, and she liked it. So, this past March, I spent several hours of my vacation working with some amazing girls from PHS. We focused on the power of expression of self and the utter relevance of each and every one of our stories. The outcome of the workshops was amazing. On the first day, each and every one of them said that there was no way they would perform their pieces. Well, guess who shared their pieces on the last day? Each and every one of them. Now, as cliche as it sounds, that changed me, and in fact, I think I learned more than those girls did. That is the power that Bridge and the work that they do has. They teach compassion, understanding, and empathy. A few things we could use a lot of right now. My school is located right outside of Boston, and so on Monday, I found myself having to step up as a leader to support my friends as they had family being rushed to the hospital. I can truly say that Bridge has taught me to lead and look adversity in the eye with the power that is the truth of equality. And so, as a thank you to Bridge and in celebration of a powerful 5 years, I've decided to perform the first poem I ever performed for Bridge. So, it's been a little bit of time, so it's a little rusty, but here is Cultural Diversity. Subdivided by the definite definition of relationship, some relations tend to slip behind orange and red sunsets and black and white suspects that are always upset because someone can constantly seem to find the silver lining hiding between the storm clouds. Now I can move more crowds with my pen than an earthquake with a bellyache, but I'm just trying to make ends meet, trying to make friends meet halfway in the middle. This conceptual framework is large and not little, and never to be underestimated. Never to be underappreciated by the generations to come, because you know they have corporations to run, lives to save, children to deliver, and games to be won. And this work remains to be done, and that will never be diminished. Instead, it will be finished by dark-skinned people, pale-skinned people with brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes. No surprise, they will be tall and short and sometimes in between. I mean, they will have long hair, wavy hair, nappy hair, and sometimes no hair at all. And that's why it's fair to call diversity cultural. Like subliminal messages with sentimental overtones, the inner child is overgrown and its message has been blown out of proportion. There's no portion of magic potion for you to drink to make you think about the people around you. Remember, good vibrations surround you like that favorite blanket that offers some serious sense of security, and it's always there when you need it. If you ever hunger for knowledge, by all means feed it, and remember that emotions are never superseded. You should never feel defeated, never feel mistreated, because even when the oceans have receded, different faces will still come from different places. And different voices will still make different choices that become manifestations of invitations to eternity that internally shine like white light trapped behind time. Now, as you can see, I've made my piece through rhythm and rhyme, and I've written in between the lines, and I've used all kinds of writing utensils, crayons, markers, even number 2 pencils. I've used brown ink, black ink, green ink, red ink, so I think even when I write, I'm diversified. And life has been identified as cultural, so in actuality, cultural diversity isn't so damn literal. Thank you.
My name is Mohammed Dawud. I just want to say thanks to Gwen for putting me on the spot. And I think Kori just raised the bar so high, and I'll try, not to, to follow his footsteps. I am a graduating senior from Savage Rock in May, if I can get my thesis together. And back in January, I was thinking, well, I've been in GB for 5 years, and after graduation, I might not be in the area. So, is this it? Should I, I wanted to leave the area, knowing that, I've done something for the community that has given me so much. So, I was thinking, and back in Savage Rock, each year we have what we call the Diversity Day. And on this day, we suspend classes and dedicate everything to sort of like, building bridges between cultures. And so you have presentations from so many different people belonging to different backgrounds, sharing their stories and all of that. And Bridge comes in every year to, provide some cultural competency training which happened earlier last semester. So back in January, as I was thinking, what should I do before I leave? I thought of a poem, and the first word that came into mind was bridge. And bridge has become so synonymous with Gwen. I think very soon if you look up bridge on Merriam-Webster, you see Gwen next to it. So working with Bridge, so I applied for an internship, and thank God she accepted me. I don't know why, but she did. But working with Bridge was just natural. It's pretty much going back home because when I first came to the United States in 2008, it was sponsored by the State Department. So the State Department was doing exactly what Gwen is doing, which is trying to bridge the gap between the United States and people living outside the United States, especially those from the Islamic world. Ghana, where I come from, is not predominantly Islamic society, but there is a significant number of Muslims living in that community. And so post 9/11, the U.S. Department of State, was trying to promote mutual understanding between the United States and people outside. And so that's how I came to the United States, through a scholarship sponsored by the U.S. Department of State. And 5 years ago, Gwen helped a lot with my transitioning, with my host family and all of that. And 4 years ago, I actually gave a presentation about Ghana at somewhere in Sheffield when Gwen was doing a cultural presentation for Bridge. So working with Bridge is just pretty much me doing what I came to the United States to do, which is to try to bridge gaps between